Was articulated very clearly in President Xi Jinping's speech at the opening of the BRICS summit in Xiamen, that you have to address terrorism at its cause, at its root, not at its manifestation. And consequently, the Himalayan consensus, we have been feeding into also the BRI, the Belt and Road policies, the view that extremism, violence, and terrorism are not caused by a clash of civilizations and are not caused by religion. In Africa, in Asia, South Asia, Central Asia, multiple religions and communities have lived side by side for thousands of years. These extremist causes, terrorism is caused by economic disempowerment of people or marginalization of their identity. And when you have both, you're going to have terrorism. So one of the key factors here that underlies the Belt and Road policy is not simply China's outbound investments and opportunity at building railways in other countries. That's the road. When we talk about the Belt, we talk about the ranges of economic prosperity that can evolve from that and from those investments, because if you don't empower people economically and give them a future and give them a hope, they will have anger, resentment, and you'll have extremism. Well, in your show earlier today, you were talking about the Bandung Conference in the 1950s, and this was the first time that the non-aligned nations came together. China, Asia, Africa, Middle East, Latin America, were all there because in post-World War II, these were countries that were coming out from colonization. The decolonization process had just finished, and they were facing the challenges of neo-colonialism, of a relationship with the West that was uncertain, and they were looking to try and share solutions to shared problems and challenges. Now, China has advanced among most of the underdeveloped countries, come out of, over 700 million people have come out of poverty in 30 years. It has done this through fixed asset investment infrastructure and also the creation of networks, both for trade domestically and externally. And it's sharing those policies and applying them to countries that are facing the exact same challenges and difficulties. That's why I think in your program earlier you had a very positive response from Africa. I've done a lot of work with the African consensus groups, and in Africa they're facing the same challenges. Many landlocked states are facing the same problems that many interior provinces of China still face and are part of the domestic aspect of the Belt and Road policy going out. So again, it's about economics, it's about infrastructure, and it's about building up solutions that are pragmatic to bring people out of poverty and then to create the economic drivers. If you don't have a road, you don't have communications, you're not going to have any trade and development. Previous policies of certain Western countries that come in with ideology, you have to have a certain political system, if we don't, we're going to have sanctions against you, are not creating prosperity and are not creating security. In fact, they're destabilizing.